Alright, what is up everyone? Welcome back to another stream, third stream of this little series here. If you're new, I'm just going to be practicing a little bit, answering any of your questions. If you're watching this after the fact, not live, then put any questions you have down in the comments below and I'll get to those as soon as I can. But if you're live here with us, welcome. It's good to see you all for another week. The last stream went really well. Practiced a little bit. Today we've got the Soprano. We're going to be working on some quartet music that we have chosen to do for the competition season this coming year. Good to see you, Samuel Lee. You were the one who corrected my little post earlier. Appreciate that. Cool. So, like it says on the screen, we're going to be practicing some In Memoriam. So, yeah. Good to see you guys. Put anything in the comments. Let's get to chatting a little bit. I'm going to play a little bit. Let me know how the volume is. I think it should be good because last week we tested it and it was great. So like I said, this piece is In Memoriam by Joel Love, something we're going to be working on for quartet. Hey Luigi, back again this week. Good to see you. I'm probably going to be working on movement 2, titled Adieu. Yes, Soprano today. Nice to see you, Luigi. Today I'm going to be working on Adieu, movement 2. The first beginning part is nice and beautiful and pretty. I have played this piece before. I played it in high school for the Houston Underground saxophone competition down in Texas. That's always in the spring. I did that in high school. We ended up getting silver with this piece. Great piece. First and second movements. Such a deep meaning behind it by Joel Love, one of my favorite composers. And we're going to work on sort of the back half today, just because there's a lot of crazy rhythms, and it's all 16th notes and technique, lots of technique. I just need to shed it out. So let's put our metronome to a slower tempo, maybe 60. So these are 6 tuplets. Luigi says, amazing your last video about palm risers. Thank you. Yeah, a little bit different with the little upper cam. Hopefully the production quality was great. If you haven't checked out that video, the palm riser video, I made my own. That's on my channel. Go check that out. Get me some watch time. Samuel says, how do you make the glissandi so smooth? So a lot of it is moving the... Here, we can actually go back and talk about that a little bit. I was just playing a little bit. But this is the first movement. So when you're going between, focus on between a half step first. Just like this. You can really try and move your finger as slowly as possible, but just sonically, your instrument, once it gets close to shutting the pad, it's going to want to change pitches really fast. So you can move it about 90%, and that last 10% is going to make the biggest difference. One of the things that you can do is use your voicing. Use the back of the tongue. This term, voicing, refers to the back of the tongue. And you can adjust notes. Just practice on one note at first. So I'm doing that with just my tongue. I'm not even moving my pinky finger, as you can see. So what I'm doing there is I'm moving my tongue most of it and then opening up right at the end, and it's getting pretty smooth. Let me know if you have any other questions about that. Boost screw. I have no idea what screw this is. One of my professors gave it to me, Dr. Calvin Wong. I bought it off of him. He gave it to me for like 20 bucks. I was like, well, it's cool. It's honestly more just like ergonomic. Like, it's way easier to unscrew and screw things. It takes like one turn and the thing is loose. How do you like your double case? Nice to see you, Noah. I honestly, since I'm at home right now, I haven't used it that much. But once I get to the back to the music school and get to use it on a daily basis, I think that I will love it. It's still like brand new. Like I said, it's really just been sitting there. I pretty much use my sax stands to store my instruments. You just gotta make sure when you store your instruments on the saxophone stand, you take the mouthpiece off the cork so that your corks don't wear down. Let the moisture out. Ugh. Yeah, looking at buying one. They have, if you've looked at the not Horchata, Torjada cases, those are pretty good. They look like a suitcase. Those are a little bit cheaper if you're looking for less of an investment of a double case. Concept, yes. Concept, Ligature Signature 4, Ishimori, Yamaha YXHG. Samuel, how do you I don't know what you're talking about. Explain a little bit more. Give me any questions you have. Let's chat a little bit. Get the chat active, more than just Luigi, Noah, and Sam. Oh, how do you get XP? The more chats you do in streams along the last few weeks, you get number 1 and number 2, I think. So that's how it works. Ugh. Some of this is all about where I'm leaving down C sharp. Yeah, it's all choices. Fingerings. Do you have any friends that have tried Barry Concept? No, I have not. I don't know. I don't know if a lot of people will play that just because it's going to be so closed. You're going to have to use a really strong reed, which maybe that'll be good, but Luigi asks, what about Altissimo and Soprano? Any advances? Advances or advice? Because for me, advances, it feels pretty good. Playing Ligature is not great. Oh yeah, you tried it? What strength reed did you play it on? Did you go to TV Wins and play it? Or what? Altissimo and Soprano. Not horrible, right? Sweet. No, 3.5 to Dario is the first one to play it at TV1s. That's cool. Yeah. I don't know how that's going to be. I'd love to try one at some point. Maybe someone in my studio will buy one. I don't know. Yeah. The fingerings in these runs are kind of wicked. Luckily, I've written them in from the last time I played this in high school. Some of them I'm not entirely sure about. But some of it is stupid hard, especially when it gets to full tempo. Good to see you again, Charles. Ugh. Oh, interesting. Why did he say that? Is it because it's bad? I mean, go Yamaha. Slumber usually shoot themselves in the foot. I mean, I feel like they kind of did that with the Signature Series versus Supreme stuff. How long do your streams last? I'll probably be on here until 7, so for an hour. 7 my time. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. I appreciate you guys tuning in for these every week. It's cool to see you guys coming back. And yeah, again, after the fact, if you're here watching, I appreciate you guys as well. Leave any comments down below, any questions you have, and I'll get back to you. Go ahead and check out anything else on my channel after this. Got a lot of cool videos coming out soon. Yeah, Yamaha Custom 875. I have the EX, so I don't know if that's what you're talking about. That measure is tricky. To an action there. Anyone in the chat? What are your guys' quartets playing this coming year? Anyone? High school, college, anyone? What kind of music are we playing? the stream might be losing connection a little bit. Hopefully it's fine. Good to see everyone. 17 people here. That's awesome. Pipes. Ooh, Addis Ababa. All good stuff. Noah says, just like Van Doren made the profile for Barry before the concept and kind of made no reason to sell. That makes sense. Have you ever tried to use your Alto Lefrec on Soprano? I ask because, in my opinion, on Soprano, the most difficult thing is linking low and high register. It's not a bad idea. I have actually used it a little bit. Not for long periods of time, so I'd need to test that out a little bit more. Hopefully the stream is fine. If there's any connection issues, I'm not entirely sure what I can do about it. Might just be the internet. S90-180 is the most goated Barry mouthpiece. Yeah, a lot of people like that one. I think that's what I have. Or, no, I think I have 190 for Barry, and I use 3.5 Ligature. I have only one person in my high school who wants to be in a quartet with me. Then start a duo. There's plenty of duo rep out there. Start a duo. Get out there and start playing with other people. That's a really good idea. See if anyone at other high schools want to meet up and do quartet as well. But my suggestion is do a duo. Yeah, hopefully the connection's fine. Yeah, I have S90-190 for Barry sax. This is a concept. Cool. Hmm, 190, yeah. I use Van Doren Blue Box. The Ligature 3.5 is way too soft, though. Yeah. I mean, that might just be the case. Yanni saxophones. A lot of people like them. I think I'd probably play Yanni over a Selmer, and that's just my opinion. I've never actually played a Yanni. Or I have maybe once. I've tried someone's Alto, but I like the feel of it more than I do a Selmer, just because it's more similar to Yamaha, in my opinion. The other thing I was going to say is, the Barry concept might have just been a bad experience just because you might not have had the right strength reed. Because if you're using the same reed you play on your mouthpiece now, then you might need something stronger. And the reed you played on might be warped to the facing of your Barry mouthpiece now, so trying a new one, that might be the problem. I like a really pure tone. Reserves are super thin on Barry for me. Interesting. Luigi, top 5 of my favorite saxophonists. What are your 5 favorite saxophonists? If I were to give my list of top 5 favorite saxophonists, that'd be easy but also kind of hard. Off of just pure like sound concept of like what I'm trying or sound concepts I like, Claude DeLong is up there. Bob Eason is probably 1. Dr. Page is also up there, fighting for first place. Who else? Yeah, Dr. Murphy is definitely in there. I love how Russian saxophonists sound. feel like they have a very depth of warmness and whatnot. Yeah. Who do you guys like listening to? Favorite, or when you're thinking about tone, I have a video coming out about tone in a few weeks, talking about exercises you can do to improve your tone, and exercises that I do. Some of my favorites. When you guys are thinking about sound concept, are you thinking about certain people, a mix of people? Is that what you're shooting for, or are you shooting for something else? Let me know. Stephen Banks, yes, love his sound. Oh, one of my favorite recordings of saxophone ever is that Come As You Are tenor recording that he has. It's fantastic. Some of the best tenor saxophone sound I've ever heard. But I did get to hear Corey Dundee live. That was quite special. Yeah, Dr. Easton's masterclass at SFA Bandcamp taught me so much. Yeah, he's fantastic. Do you know Italian ones? Mondelci or Marzi? I'll have to look them up. I'll write them down. And I'll listen to them. Next week, I'll get back to you, Luigi. Do you find that they sound very different? Like, how do you describe the Italian sound? I'll listen. That's very interesting. Thanks for the insight. Oh, Luigi, last week I was asking, what pitch do you go for on the mouthpiece, on alto? Do you go for A? Ah, yeah. Star Bits. That piece is so good. I think one of my friends, Ben's going to play that this year. Luigi, let me know. Mouthpiece pitch. Do you go for A? Is it the same? I know Europeans do different things. Maybe it's a little higher than A. I bet it's B flat. That would be my guess. If you haven't liked the video, go ahead and do that now. It helps out the stream. Also, check out the video's description. I have all my setups down there, a bunch of information that might be helpful. Open throat. I don't even think about the throat, but yes, open throat, I would say, if I were to describe the throat. I'd suggest not even thinking about the throat, though. Then you won't injure yourself. Gotta get the C there. Similar to France. Okay. That's what I would have guessed. Bye-bye, Noah. Have a good one. Thanks for tuning in. Go slow and use a metronome. Some of this is so tricky. Oh, hey, Dr. Page. Good to see you again. I'll have to check this Marzi person out if I'm saying that right. If you're looking for an Alto Microsoft Edge, I would suggest looking for used Yamahas. That's where you're going to get the most consistency. If you can look for a intermediate Yamaha, so a 62, exactly, Dean. I don't know if I'd get a Jean Paul, but a 62 is a great recommendation. And Luigi, Alto A, great. See, a lot of this piece, I have to remember to use my air and keep it consistent, especially when I'm going to. You don't want it to feel like you're moving through an ocean. Luckily, the best part of Joe Love's music and how he writes and engraves things is there is pretty much a dynamic on every note, so you know exactly where you need to be. And he's got all these hairpins written throughout the section, which are great indicators of how to use your air. So he sort of gives it to you right there. Why do you play Selmer? I play Yamaha. I do not play Selmer. But maybe you're talking to someone else. Good to see everyone. If you're watching this after the fact, thanks for watching. Comment down below, like the video, subscribe if you aren't already. Are most of you guys from my Instagram or YouTube? Let me know. We'll actually do a poll. Where did you come from? Insta. Cool. Yeah, give me any questions you have. Got about 30 minutes left of the stream. Yes. Dr. Page's read case video and his read break-in video is fantastic. Anytime anyone messages me about how I break in reads, I always direct them to that read video. Fantastic. I think even at a YSI camp 2 or 3 years ago, part of my presentation, I just clicked play on your video and that was it. Cool. Yes, and I actually have one of those read cases up there. Man, this piece does not get any easier, that's for sure. So that's kind of all the technique in this. I don't want to go too much faster, but as you can tell, I've kind of been wanting to rush, so I'll bump it up just a little bit, and we'll settle in at 66. I left G sharp too far down. Ben Kaplan. Our moderator has arrived for the week. Ben Kaplan. Good to see you. I'm grinding out some in memoriam. You should be proud of me. Every time I play this piece, it brings me back to when I played it before. I'm going to get very emotional playing this when we actually do. I found you at YSI, Mr. Ashley. That's so funny. Cool. We'll end that poll right there. Tips for soprano. Start low and slow. I don't know. It's gonna take time, just like anything else. So don't try and rush any of the processes. Why do you play Yamaha over Selmer is what I meant to ask. Well, it was cheaper to buy this. I got all my horns used. A lot of my favorite players play Yamaha. Really, it's just like what I stumbled into. It's kind of how it works. How's it going, King EJ? I don't even want to tackle the first movement right now, Ben. It's so hard. I now realize I just faked a bunch of it. It's really, really tough. Cordoba will be the death of me. Yeah. We're going to do Köln from Ciudades this year. Mr. Ashley, you don't need to call me Mr. Ashley. He only calls me Mr. Ashley because I taught him saxophone. Mr. Ashley, thank you for you live and your videos. Have a nice day. Good to see you, Luigi. Thanks for tuning in again. I will see you next week, hopefully. Yes, Italy, it's 1:30 a.m. Oh, yikes. Go to sleep. Go to bed. Sleep's the most important thing. Cool. The other thing, Ben, is I don't even want to tackle Prodigal. Prodigal is going to be, I look at the page and I'm like, too hard. No Dr. Ashley, no doctorate degree yet. 11 people in the live. Let me know what you're up to. What have you been practicing? Any fun summer activities? If you're in high school, are you about to start marching band? Maybe college marching band if you're doing that. I'm going to be teaching some marching band, so we might have to move the stream time a little bit. That starts in 2 weeks, week and a half. Ben, I will be coming down to Austin, I think, in a week for like 2 or 3 days. There's a prospective student that I might show around if we want to go get lunch or something with them. Dr. Barrientos, yes, in the making. He's at TCU right now. Yeah, marching band's tough. It's one of those things where once you hit competitions and you get into the season playing with everyone, it's so much fun. What's your thoughts on the T20? It's my mouthpiece for tenor, but I've heard a lot of opinions on it. I love the T20, and I don't know if Dr. Page is still here. No, I love the T20. What are you talking about? I'm going to fight you in the chat. I'm going to delete your message. Remove. I switched to the T20 for my tenor military band audition, and I did that. The T20 is great. I really like how thin of a profile it has. It feels like an Alto mouthpiece in the face. Um, I was not glazing the T20. It's also cheap. It's way cheaper than the Summer mouthpieces because I played a 190 forever. Ah, yeah. See, Dr. Page is still here. T20, favorite mouthpiece. TMEA drops on Monday. Yeah, I plan to have a video. Not so this Saturday. There's a video coming out about 5 things in my case that are must-haves. Little sneak peek for you guys. Get ready for that. Yeah, rage bait successful. You got me. And then the following Saturday, the goal is to post a TMEA video, a little bit of how to work on the etudes, which etudes they are, how to find them, the errata, stuff like that. Sort of like I did last year. Let me know what you want to see from that video. If you have any recommendations, what to put in that TMEA video. Always appreciate it. Nice to know you're one of 3 people I know that uses it. T20, yes. King EJ. A lot of people use the T20. It's a great mouthpiece. Consistent. Microsoft Edge says he's a high school senior and you're working on E-Baron, Albright 1, 2, and 4. Ooh, those are tough. No way the Kaplan family is watching the stream at family dinner right now. Hello, Dr. Kaplan's plural. That's crazy. Turn it off and enjoy dinner with your family. That's ridiculous. That's crazy. Moderator's got to be a moderator, though. Goodbye, Ben. Goodbye. Good to see you. If you haven't liked the stream, go ahead and give it a like. Subscribe to the channel if you aren't already. I figured out what the problem is with this section. It's got the flipping of C sharp to D sharp in the right hand, but it's also off of a tie, so you have to catch it. And I pretty much just have the yips, honestly. I think that's it. I've got the yips for this section from playing it before. I was always terrified. It's like the first time you're getting into super technique, and it's scary. I definitely have the yips from it. Gonna have to practice it a million times at half tempo to get rid of those yips. Excuse me. I've got to mark down this A. Some of these notes are super tricky. Cool. Microsoft Edge says, how does an ensemble go through the process of picking pieces? Whew, that's a long and loaded question there. Pretty much, you want to play something that you like because it's something that you're going to have to work on for many months if you're doing competitions. And it's, even when it gets hard, you still got to find joy in it. So that's why picking something fun is important. if you're doing competitions, you have to figure out a good balance of different pieces. Are you going to play a transcription, long things, short things, things that are multi-movements, things that are through composed, stuff like that. You need a good balance of those things. And then what else? You also need a mix of new pieces, old pieces, stuff like that. You really have to build a program for whatever context you're playing for and performing for. Something that we do is we pick pieces that we like, a massive list, and then we start narrowing it down. What's going to work together, what isn't going to work together. Especially when you have like time constraints and you need like 15 minutes of your best stuff, you got to figure out what that best stuff is. Have you ever suffered from soft palate rupturing? No, I haven't. Not that I know of. If you ever get close to feeling like the soft palate's going, put the horn down. Take a break. I was recently told that a lot of that comes from like something that a clue in is whenever you start playing and you start getting that nose sound, not good. Too much pressure going on there. And a lot of that can come from too much throat or too much pressure or tension building up. I try and stay as relaxed as I can while I'm playing. I lost motivation. I try everything for sax alto classes. Any recommendation? If you lost motivation for playing saxophone, then you need to find a way to make it fun. So you need to pick a song, even if it's super easy, or something that might be really challenging. Pick a small chunk of it and figure it out. You want to play something that's fun and enjoyable. Awesome, good to see everyone. Like I said, if you've hung along all the way till here, I really appreciate it. We're doing these every Wednesday. Hopefully I don't have to move the time, but like I said, I'm teaching marching band coming up for a few weeks, so I might need to adjust the stream time. And if you want to see more of these, comment down below. I can do multiple a week if that's something you're interested in. And I plan to do more of these when I go back to Austin for school, and we will get guests on the stream. Maybe practicing, maybe quartet streams, 416 stream. That'd be super fun. Are there non-major players in your top band? Not saxophone players, but yes, other instruments there are. And it's definitely possible for anyone at UT. Everyone auditions the same. It's all about how you play in that audition. Cool. We'll be live for another 15, so stick around. Right now I'm practicing in memoriam. Some of this is stupid hard, so working on some of that. Is the breathtaking neck strap worth it? Worth is a tricky question. I always say, if you don't have a ton of money to spend on the $200 neck strap, the only reason why I did is because I play saxophone every single day, and I will be for the foreseeable future. And I really like how it doesn't put a ton of pressure on my neck. It's really on like the top of where my neck and my back meets is where it holds the instrument. And it's not a harness. This isn't supposed to touch your side. So the thing I was going to say is if you like the Jazz Lab neck straps, you haven't seen those are only $50, and that takes all the pressure off your neck as well and puts it on your chest. I don't like the pivot point of the Jazz Lab, and that's why I don't use it, but if you can get used to maybe a slightly different pivot point, then I think the Jazz Lab is one of the most like functionably great neck straps that we have out there. And I think I actually have a link to it down in the description of the video. If you go to my Amazon storefront, you can check that out there. Jazz Lab for the Barry. That's kind of crazy. The Jazz Lab, I would say, probably is only good for alto in my opinion, just because for then the center part that goes down is going to be tilted to the side. So actually, I haven't played a ton of Barry though, so that's lack of experience. But for tenor and stuff, when you're going to play to the side, especially sitting down, I'm not sure I love the Jazz Lab for that. Again, give me any questions you have about practicing, any stuff like that. Noah, you're still here. I thought you were leaving to go practice. I appreciate the watch time though. Again, some of the goal for this YouTube stuff. I'm close to getting monetized on YouTube. I just need more watch time. So if you can go watch all the videos in my catalog, that would be fantastic. So nice of you. Oh, did the neck strap like come off your body? That's bad, because the hook for Jazz Lab is one of the best inventions that's ever happened to saxophone. This is so hard. Yeah, A flat does carry through here. Ugh. Long measures, long systems. Ooh, I have a question for those of you still here. It says 9 people are still watching. Put in the chat, what is your most used B flat or A sharp fingering? Do you use TA or side key? Do you use bis more often? Do you use 1 and 5? Is it about an even split? Put in the chat what you use. B flat's also all about context, so it's not a like a choice thing, but what if you were to like think about what you use most, if the situation and context didn't matter, if you had a choice, what are you picking? Bis? Interesting. Lots of bis. Is it because your teacher taught you bis first and you didn't learn TA or side key until later on in your saxophone playing career? What do you think? If you don't know the 1 and 5, 1 and 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, just 1 and 5, B flat or A sharp fingering, it's great, especially when you have that upper to lower neighbor. Great fingering. Side. I learned side key, but like bis is easier for runs and jumps too. I mean, it's totally on context. Sometimes bis is easier, sometimes side key is easier. You never want to slide like this. You never want to do that. Big no-no. My freshman year, I was told only to use 1 and 5. It was a rough year. Is that because they were trying to force you to learn the fingering? Because I'm not sure that's a great idea. I saw our lead jazz alto use Bis in my 7th grade year, and it stuck in my head. Again, it's all in context. If you're going from B to A sharp, then I would suggest using TA or side key. TA is the French fingering system. If you have just a run and you're able to use like B flat to C to A, then Bis is probably my favorite pick. If you have something that's just a neighbor tone, B, A sharp, B, it might also just be nice to use 1 and 5. It's also nice to use 1 and 5 when you have something going from like A sharp to D or D to A sharp, because you can keep, it's all about efficiency of fingers. Breathtaking strap for all saxophones. Yes, and I think it's going to be, message retracted. Samuel, yes, I use it on all saxophones, and it's going to depend on the size of your body, because I have a medium breathtaking strap, which is good for my body. And like it works for soprano because I can pull it up enough. For bari and tenor, I kind of have to leave it all the way out. And then alto, it works great. So it kind of just depends on how tall you are. I'm pretty short. I'm only 5'7". I use them all. It's hard to tell which one is used most. Nice. It's good to use them all. You should know them all. It's all like tools that you have in your tool belt. If you haven't liked the stream, go ahead and do that. You can put little hearts in the chat. We'll be live for another like 5 minutes. Let me know any last minute questions you have. Yes, Dad, that was the first 3 notes of Jurassic Park theme. Good catch, good ear. It's a neighbor tone. You can use 1 and 5. We were talking about B flat fingerings. You can use 1 to 1 and 5 to 1, and it's the first 2 or 3 notes of the Jurassic Park theme. Yes. The real question is palm, E, F, F sharp, or front. Again, it's all context. It's how you're getting up. It also depends on the timbre that you're looking for. Front seems to be a little bit more punchy, and especially if you're not having to go any higher, I suggest using the palm keys. There's also other fingerings to get your way and bridge yourself into altissimo. Samin fingerings. That has to do with the combination of C5 or C6 and TA. Different stuff like that. All good questions. I suggest if you haven't played your scales today, go play your scales. But when you're doing your full range scales up to the full range, F or F sharp, go ahead and if you normally use palm keys for your scales, switch and use front keys. It gets you versed in both areas, comfortable in both. I found out you can use 1, 2 side B flat to play F sharp, and I've been abusing it. Yes, X, 2, as long as you make sure you got the front key down. Side key B flat, yes. F sharp works for that. You can also play F sharp with F sharp, 1, 2, F sharp, this. This can really help you get into G. Interesting. So for this section, because it's fast, I'm actually... Sorry, the audio was a little low. For this section, I'm actually going to use 1 and 4 B flat, which is not as in tune. You can hear the difference. I'll play 1 and 5 and then 1 and 4. The 1 and 4 is a little bit lower, but when I'm doing crazy technique like this, I'm going from F to B flat is what this calls for. So I'm just going to pick up my 2 and 3 fingers and play 1 and 4 B flat, and it goes to F super easy. And it's super fast, so the tuning doesn't really matter. When did I start playing saxophone? 10 years ago this year, which is insane to think about. I started playing saxophone before I made it into the 6th grade, just before I did that. And I really didn't get anywhere near good until midway through high school. That's when I started caring. So, yeah. Well, 12 people watching still. I really appreciate the you guys tuning in on a Wednesday night. Again, these streams are going to continue weekly. The time might change. Leave any more questions you have in the chat. Last minute questions. I'll be live for a little bit longer, 2 or 3 minutes. And yeah, new video coming out Saturday. Going to be talking about 5 must-haves in my saxophone case. A lot of great products and accessories out there. If you haven't checked out the video's description, go ahead and do that now. Lots of helpful resources in there. 15 people watching right now. What's up, everyone? It's good to see you guys. Thanks for tuning in. The stream's about to end, but go ahead and watch from the beginning. Scroll back, scrub back. I'd really appreciate it if you watched the whole thing through. Helps out and supports the channel in terms of watch time. Alex Ortega says, I have section leader camp on Monday for marching band. Yeah, everything's about to start. Texas High School Band, it's killer. It gets started and it doesn't stop until November. So enjoy the last week of summer vacation because it's about to get tough, but it's going to be fun. Remember that the whole reason why we do this is because it's fun and you learn a lot from it. Life lessons and such. Don't worry, I'll go watch the 416 vlog 6 times in a row. I appreciate it. Go watch all these streams. It's more watch time. It's 60 minutes. Microsoft Edge, do I know you? Have we met in real life? I don't know from the profile picture, but you obviously watch the channel enough because you know about the 416 vlog meme. But yeah, if you haven't liked the stream, go ahead and do so. It's been fun hanging out with you guys. This is the 3rd stream, and I really enjoy doing these. I am going to start school up in about a month, but the plan is to keep these going once a week. Super fun. I appreciate the live interaction and interaction with each other, talking about saxophone, what we like, what we don't like, practice strategies, fingerings, stuff like that. Super fun. So, well, I appreciate everyone tuning in. It is now dinner time, I suppose. So, thanks for tuning in. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. I'll see you next week for another one. I'm going AFK to watch all your videos. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Thanks, Samuel. Thanks for being here the whole time, Samuel. I'll see you guys next week.